Hello, 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 friends and family. How is everybody doing? You guys, this is Caron. I am your independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and I am your ATX Stampin' Lady. I am so glad that you guys are joining me tonight in the craft room. We got a lot of good stuff for you tonight, or one good stuff tonight. It is Fun Fold Friday in the craft room, and so I hope you guys are ready to play with a new fold with us today. If you are following my Facebook page, you will have seen the measurements and the information for the project that we're making tonight. I'm going to share that with you anyway, but I just wanted to go ahead and share with you. We are definitely going to be doing Fun Fold Fridays, and Fun Fold Fridays are pretty much what they're going to be. I'm going to find a nice fancy fold. I'm going to invite you guys to join me in Zoom. Zoom is going to start at 8 o'clock. Fortunately or unfortunately, however you look at it, I waited for folks to join me in the craft room, and no one joined me, and I waited for about 20 minutes. So I decided I would go live anyway. If anybody joins me and I happen to get the notification, I'll let them into the room and they can craft along with us. But Fun Fold Friday is just that. It is the time for us to go ahead and have a little bit of fun in the craft room. If you join me, let me know if you can hear me. And if you can, let's go ahead and get started. As always, guys, I'm going to share with you the host code for the month of August. If there's any products that you see tonight that I'm working with and you want to join me, just go ahead and use the monthly host code. You will be entered into the drawing to win a prize for this evening's card. Any purchase made in my online store of $50 or more, you do get a prize from myself, in addition to an entry into the monthly drawing. Don't forget to check out the online exclusives, you guys. Online exclusives are, they're amazing. We've got a couple of promotions going on right now. It is up to 15% off on certain designer series paper. If you're a DSP hoarder like I am, you might want to start stocking up on some of that stuff. Love, love, love it. Follow me on my Facebook page for more information so you can see, get a little bit more in-depth information. 2 new kits in the online store. Don't forget to check out our kits. And without further ado, let's get started, you guys. So I ran across this fold and on Facebook, on Pinterest, and this is from Tracy Held of traceofcreativity.com. And I saw this and I absolutely loved it. And I'm like, okay, I got to do something with this. I thought it was a very beautiful fold. And I followed the pin and I saw that she had measurements, and I posted the measurements in my Facebook group, the event. So again, if you want to see these measurements, pop on over to my Facebook page. There is a special event that's going on there. Not a special event. There's an event designed specifically for tonight, Fun Fold Friday. So go ahead and just check that out. And all of the measurements will be in that group tonight. Hold on, let me get back out to, there we go. So I can see if anybody's talking to me on YouTube. All right, so this is the measurements, and I've already gone ahead and I've tried to get as much as possible pre-done. So let's just go ahead and see what the measurements say that we're using tonight. I am using some retired designer series paper. You guys, I already tell you, whenever I am working on something new, I break out a lot of my designer series paper from previous. That way, if I make a mistake, I don't just totally like go berserk on it. So this is from the Friendly Hello Designer Series pack. This is definitely a retired cardstock. But of course, this was probably a bit left over from when I was doing the paper shares. So I had some shares left over. So of course, I'm going to utilize what I have. So our card base, according to the measurements, are this is our base, and it is 8 1/4 by 5. It's 8 1/4 by 5, and it's scored at 4 1/4 and 6 1/4. Yep. And then we've got a piece, we've got some strips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strips of basic white that are cut in various lengths. And we've got one that is 1 inch by 4 1/4, 1 inch by 3 3/4, 1 inch by 3 1/4, 1 inch by 2 3/4, and then we have one that is 1 inch by 2 1/4. Okay, and I'm leaving them in that order so that I don't mess up and forget what I'm doing. And then we've got a couple more that are 3/4 inches by 3 1/2 and 3/4 inches by 2 1/2. We have a piece of designers. This one says Petal Pink, but I'm using Pretty Peacock for mine. And this is, did I not cut enough? I don't think I cut enough. I'm missing one, I think. Nope, it dropped on the floor. So this one is 3/4 inch by 4. This is 3/4 inch by 3. And then the one I dropped on the floor was 3/4 inch by 2. There we go. So we have all of our pieces laid out. So our designer series paper, again, this is 4 by 4 3/4. And then we have another piece that is of basic white that is 4 by 4 3/4. And yeah, I went ahead and I embossed a piece also in the same 4 by 4 3/4. Not sure yet if I'm going to do it plain or if I'm going to do something that's embossed. So I had both ready. If you look at the picture, you'll see that there is a piece right here that is embossed. So I might very well be doing that anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our project. This is going to be pretty easy. It seems like it's a simple gatefold that is just embellished. When I say just, let's go ahead and fold. And we're going to fold towards our mountain and emboss that. And then we're going to fold towards the valley and emboss that. I must have done something wrong here. This score line was totally off. Okay. So again, I'm just going to burnish the folds again on the other direction. Make sure we have a very crisp fold. Somehow my fold is completely off, my score line. And I'm not sure why. Not sure why my score lines are off. They should not be off. So let's go ahead and fix that. And I'm going to make sure my measurements are right next time. All right. So here we've got our fold. And this has our panel inside like so. And I am going to cut this on a diagonal. Where's my trimmer? Ugh. Now, I try very hard not to, I don't recommend that you emboss a piece of cardstock and cut it with a blade trimmer. If you're going to try to slice or cut something that is already um, embossed like this is, you should bring in a guillotine trimmer. Okay, that's my tip. I find that when I try to trim a piece that is already embossed, what generally happens for me is that it just tears it up because it's snagging on a lot of the it gets caught and it's snagging. Okay, so that's the tip that I'm giving you this evening is when you are doing that, try not to cut if something is already embossed. Okay, all right, so here we've got this. I don't know, these measurements are off. Yeah, but it's okay. We're going to work with what we've got and we're going to make it work. That's how we do it. I might redesign this with using normal 8-2 measurements, but I'm going to play tonight with just using the measurements that were provided by the initial designer. Okay. Now, when you have a piece of designer series paper or a piece of embossed cardstock, you guys be very liberal with the adhesive, okay? Because you have to make sure that it is there's enough on there to secure that panel, which already has bumps and ridges and that type of thing. So let me know if you are hearing me, if you are watching. See, I need a little bit more adhesive here. That's why I love liquid glue. Oh, this side's pretty too. Yeah. It's interesting. It's good sometimes to try to play with different sizes of cardstocks or cards. I generally do A2 cards, but every so often, you should try to change it up just a little bit. That way you have a little bit of variety in the cards that you're making. A little bit of variety. All righty. So in this one, I'm not going to emboss like we have here. So it looks like we've got a 2-inch piece here. Then we've got a piece of white. Like here. So I'm just trying to figure this out. Then we've got this. Then we've got a piece of white. Then we've got this. Mm, yeah, I'm missing something in this design. Right, so I think we've got this that goes on this. I should have watched the video is what I should have done, okay? But we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna create our own projects right now. That's all we're gonna do. I think that's the only way we can do it, right? So all of these are going to do that. Okay. All right. I think I got what we're doing. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I had a busy day at work today, so I did not get to watch the video, which is the first thing I should have done, just to make sure that I understood how the designer created the project. I had a lot going on at work today, so I did not have the opportunity to do that. And so I'm just going to lay these out in what I think is supposed to happen. And if it's wrong, then I've created my own version of this card. Okay. See how big this one is versus this one. Okay. So it has to be this, not this one. I guess that's the beauty about creativity. All right. So the other thing that I'm about to do is I'm going to disappear for a quick second so that I can run these guys through the embossing folder. Okay. So give me just a quick moment and I'll go ahead and I'll run it through the embossing folder. Seem to have lost my desk view here. Give me a second, you guys. All right. So give me just a minute and I will return. I lost video for just a second, so give me just one moment and let me go ahead and emboss. I'm not going far. Friday. Sorry, I had to take a little bit of a detour, but I've got these embossed now. All right, so what we want to do is we definitely want to kitty corner this, right? And so let's just get ready. And I'm going to start with my top and my bottom pieces. And the reason I'm starting with the top, oh, I just made a mistake here. You know that mistake I just made, right? I'm gonna have to cut another piece there. Make sure I get all of this adhesive so I don't seal my card shut. That's the mistake I just made. All right, so let's go ahead and line this up. Make sure we have a little bit of a border on each side. And there we go. Okay. And you can see where I need to add a little bit more adhesive. Right, and get that adhered. And then we started at the top. Better to be safe than sorry. And everybody knows when I do my fun folds or I do my classes or these videos, the intent is not to create the card, but to learn the fold, right? So at this point, we're kind of ad-libbing and winging it here to make sure that we have the right card process. So I'm going to put this one here. This one is going to go here. And then just making sure that we have the space and the rooming that we need. Okay. And then we're gonna attach these just like so. Okay. So like I said, I really did appreciate this this fold. Oh, I just did it again. Ugh, that's why I'm not thinking. All right, we're gonna remake this card. It's just habit. But we've got the basic gist of how we put this card together. So what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling is like this, the metrics or the measurements for Imperial don't quite necessarily work because there's not enough room to really lay out this piece. So I will definitely be reworking the image. Oh my goodness. Just to make sure that we get the true design and the true layout here. Okay. So we've got, if nothing else, we've created a little bit of a template in terms of what our card will be. So you see, that's the main crust of the card. Now it's only to design it. So I'm glad. I just wanted to be able to share with you guys the fold. It's a fun fold. It's basically a gatefold with graduated strips, and it should be fairly easy to do. The only thing that I am going to change and I am going to rewrite this is that this had the card base being 8 1/4 by 5. A standard A2 card for us here in the US is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So I am going to rework this and I'm going to rework this design and I'm going to present it to you. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. I wanted to share with you this fun fold. So I do thank you for participating, and you guys don't forget to check back. And I'm going to redo another video when I've remade this with A2 measurements. Thanks for watching, you guys, and you guys have a great evening. Happy stamping!